Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Potion Craft. Well, actually, it's the first. We're going to be starting the series again. Not for, just for giggles, but because we're now on patch 2.0.2.0. Right down here. You can see it right there. There's been a lot of changes made to this game, to the point where all of my other videos, which we made a lot of them, they're completely useless. There's nothing left for them to give to the world. In fact, the major build guide that I made, it has like hundreds of thousands, if not 100,000 views. It's beloved by a lot of people. I still get people asking me to upgrade it in the comments. I don't know when we're going to get around to that, because that video was long, it took a long time, a lot of scripting, a lot of everything to get it sorted out, and I think the game's bigger than it used to be. So now I've got different difficulties. I might try Grandmaster just to see how that goes. We've got a lot of experience already. Lower experience gain, half the amount of ingredients from harvesting. That's not very fun. Additional order requirements appear earlier with a greater probability. Okay, so that seems pretty good. I do enjoy that. Suffering just seems ruthlessly grindy and blatantly imbalanced version of the game. Now, whether this goes well or not, I'm not sure, but we kind of already know the start of this game. You are somebody coming into the scene of the alchemist world. You just found this abandoned house. It's got some magical garden, and apparently an old wizard used to live here, but the layer of dust and condition of the house suggests that it has been empty for a long time. You decide to turn the house into a potion shop. After several days of cleaning and preparing, the shop is ready for its first customers. Now, there's a lot of little things all over the board right now. It's going to give us a couple tutorial bits. Let's just kind of go through these together, and then hopefully it all kind of comes back to us. The potions are made from the ingredients. On the right side, we have the ingredients, and as you can see as I hover over them, it tells me where the potion will go, or at least the maximum extent and all that kind of stuff. Now there's that darker area, and then the dotted area that goes a little bit further. We don't know about that yet, so we just kind of have to go with what they're telling us to do, which is take 2 terrarias and 2 water blooms and throw them into the cauldron, which is all we have. So you just throw them in. There's a lot of physics in this game, and they kind of ploofs. Well, they've changed this. It used to be one bundle, but they've definitely done a bit of work to make this much more polished. And then that's your path. So we put in a bunch of stuff. It does some weird, wacky path, and then you can start stirring. And as you stir, you go across, and we'll collect a couple of these, get a level up, and then we stop here. Now this is an unknown effect. When we pump the bellows, we learn that it's healing. We've made a weak potion of healing. Once you are done with it, it shows you what you've done, how it was built out, and then you can finish the potion. And it goes into your inventory. Now that's going to teach us about grinding, so if you throw stuff in here and then pick up the pestle, I think this is the pestle and that's the mortar, which sound design. Beautiful. Anyway, grind it up. You can see that you get a whole bunch of distance. And that's that second part of the path. So you can go about halfway without any grinding, and then you can kind of put wherever you want on the path, and then just throw it in. Now it says completely grind the water bloom, so we'll do that same thing. And this should get us right into the same spot as before. Now, it's not like that for every ingredient in this game, but a lot of them are like that. You'll have some sort of middle ground that gives you about half the distance, and if you put 2 of them together, you'll get about the same location as you were before. Now, it's going to ask us to save this recipe. We know from experience that this is not a good recipe, but we can at least finish the potion. We've got 2 for sale now. And then it'll teach us about moving between rooms. You can use the WASD keys, or you can just push the little arrows. Now this is the shop front, and this is where you give people what they want. But they don't tell you what they want usually. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they give you a story. You're an alchemist, right? My husband ate expired sausage on a dare with his friends, and now he has explosive diarrhea. Oh, gross. Tell me, do you have any potions to cure this? Now once you've got that figured out, you can give them a potion, and sometimes they give you a reaction saying, oh yeah, that's exactly what I want. It looks like we're not allowed to haggle, but it does bring down your star rating, so I think they've changed that from last time. There's 2 stars. So if we haggle, we get 1 less star. Okay. Same idea. I was walking down the street, minding my own business, when a flower pot fell out of nowhere and bonked me right on the head. Good thing I've always had a thick skull, or I'd be out cold. But I've got a nice big bump on my head now. What can I rub on it to make it go away? Well, here at Retroflux Alchemist Services, we offer things for your drinking and topical, and we don't actually know how it works. We just sell it. Now, this is the mini game of the game. You kind of go across, and then you can go back, and you can see the scale kind of going back and forth. Oh, did we finish? Best price. So I guess maybe that's different from how it used to be. You used to have to get all the way to the end, and then you could end it. Now in this case, we need a vial of rat poison. Okay, so the cat's not being very useful. Interesting. Oh, this is a little bit different from last time. So this is the Enchanted Garden. It gives you some resources every day, and the mature bushes will produce a harvest in the garden, so don't forget to gather. Okay, so looks like we can harvest the adult Terraria and Firebell. I assume that is this guy and this guy. Now there's a watering can. Ooh, that's new. So in order for mature bushes to produce a harvest every day, they must be watered with the watering can. Don't forget to water them. Okay, so a little bit of maintenance. Let's just get these all watered up. The ones on the tree, the ones on the ground, and I did some water bloom over there. And we can just throw it wherever we want. Then, here we are. Time to make a poison potion. It's going to tell us where it is, probably. Don't forget to use all the alchemy equipment. Okay. I don't think we've learned where poison is yet, but I can kind of guess, just based off of what they've given us, it's going to be to the left and down. So let's just try a full grind here. And we can always go on the path early, so we can kind of get a bit of a scout. And then I bet you it's down here. So let's just dig down a bit into the nothingness. And push it, and there it is. I assume this is it. If it's not it, then this game has failed its tutorial. Yeah, weak potion of poisoning. So we need this. We give this to the person. Let's do some haggling, because do we need that rank? I don't think so. Boop, 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 boop. Let's end it. Sell it for 5. Wonderful. Now there's also this reputation score, and last we played there wasn't much of a use for it, but it looks like they've actually made it so that the people that come to your shop are based off of the reputation now. Reputation worsens when you sell potions to villains, and it improves when you give it to people with pure intentions. And then I think the opposite happens if you don't give it to people in need, but other way, I'm not sure. But that's it for today. We've got nothing else grown in the garden. We have no more resources, so we have to go to the bedroom. Okay. So this doesn't change much. You can sleep in your bedroom. I wonder if they'll ever add anything to over here to put on the nightstand, but that is the end of day 1 in Potion Craft. Do we want to go to bed? Yes. And that's the game loop, more or less. Now, we've got a couple extra things. That's the tutorial done. Excellent, well done. After the bed, you found a few ingredients in a ladle for water. Cool, awesome. Use the ladle to return to the center of the map. Okay, yes, so that's this thing on the screen right now. This is your potion shop now. So now we're fully in charge of the potion shop. Now, in that tutorial, we did get a couple skill points up here. We're level 4 already. Oh, okay, this is way different than it was before. Wow, okay, this is heavily expanded. So, let's just take a look into here. So we've got a trading one, and it looks like all of these are locked by different levels on the trading scale. Charisma, popularity losses decreased. Additional harvest, that might be good. Fertilizing herbs, allows for herbs and mushrooms in the Enchanted Garden to be fertilized using wild growth potion. Okay, we don't have that yet. Let's see, ability to plant herbs. We need the seeds, okay. I think we need to go with the harvest increases. Did I just get a goal for doing that? Right, because, okay, so let's put these in. Oh, I'm all out of talent points, but we're so close. Now, you can see here, there's another chunk in this game, which is the Alchemist Path. And there's that one that we just got. Learn a new talent. As you continue through the game, there's different chapters of mini goals, And they've made 10 chapters. I think last time we played there was only half as many? Not as many, that's for sure. Now some of these are pretty easy, like start a new day, go to the basement, go to the bedroom. We can get those really quick and maybe get to level 5. So let's just go to the basement, there's 56. Go to the bedroom, there's another 56. There we go. Okay, so now we're level 6. Let's get the increased herb care. And it looks like we can even go into other ones. Care, crystal care and mushroom care, okay. Interesting, interesting. Things that we didn't have last time. We still have one more talent point. Maybe we can get the herb planting just to, you know, if the guy shows up, that would be nice. Chance of obtaining a seed when harvesting. Oh, okay. Now, can we get anything else from the shop? Yeah, there's a little bit more. Let's see if we get any. No, okay, that should be it. We can look at the path, see if we can get a couple more things. Create a potion of healing, poisoning, fire, and frost. Craft a potion, so it looks like we're mostly stuck at this point to just do other things. Grab an ingredient from the inventory, we can do that. Okay. Just trying to get to level 7. Gather some ingredients, okay, and then we'll craft a potion maybe. Yeah, that'll get us all the way to the next level. So let's just grab... No, actually, we can just do this ourselves. So, let's see if I remember some of this. We can do the water bloom. Grind this all the way. Throw that in. And then you can see we almost get there with this. So let's go with that. And if I remember correctly, there was a way to do this. Yeah, because you go to like here. I think if you make it just to the end. Yeah, so let's just grind this all the way. That'll get us to potion level 1. That's not what we want. We need potion level 3. Something they didn't really talk about at the start. I don't think we even need to grind this one. Just throw it in. Now, the closer you get to having your potion bottle fit into this little area, that determines how strong of a potion you get. So right now it's level 1. And as you get closer, you should go to 2. Then we're going to pass by it a little bit. Now, you might think, oh, well, now you've just ruined it. And now it's level 1 again. But if you just line it up perfectly, you can use this new tool that we got, the ladle, the water thingy, and it'll pull it back to the center in like a straight line path to the beginning. And if we're close enough, and if we did it correctly, I'm really taking it slow on this one just to make sure I don't miss it. A little bit more to the right. And a little bit more water. We should get a level 3. There we go. So let's brew this one up. There we go. That's a level 3. Strong potion of healing. You can do a whole bunch of other stuff to this. If we wanted to change the bottle, we could make it like a little horse. And then we could change the seal so it's like a heart because it's healing. We could put it upside down because, I don't know, because we're kind of silly about it. And then you can also change the colors. So if you wanted like a little bit more red on the one side, then the other side maybe pull it to orange. So it gets that like, I don't know, not a perfectly red heart kind of look. I think we're going to flip this back to the correct orientation. 1 degree off, just in case people are noticing those little things. There we go. And then we can name this whatever we want as well. We can call it Healy Boy, I think is what we called it. Heal Boy 9001. Because I think we had a Heal Boy in the last time we played. So let's throw that in. Goes to the recipe book, which is somewhere in here. Here it is. And we should have just the one? No, we have 2. So this one was the junk one that we got. Let's erase this. And then we can move this tab over here. These all can be moved around, so usually I just kind of bunch up the ones that we don't have a use for yet. And then once we have a recipe on it, then you can actually put it into a spot. But there we go, we've got our first one. There is an option to brew 5 at a time now. I think that has to do with the bulk thing that we saw. And you can also continue brewing, so if you got a certain distance and wanted to keep going, you could do that as well. But I think that's it for this potion. We'll get a bit more experience for level 9. You get a lot more experience in this game. And we can probably just dump it all into this. The amount of ingredients received is increased by 1 for harvesting in the garden. We're 1 short of getting the full boost, but that's pretty good. And we knocked out like 12 different things. We've got a couple on the next set that we accidentally unlocked. And I think that's where we're gonna have to go from there. We can make some more potions, start a new day. I was trying to avoid gathering from the garden, so maybe let's see what that customer wanted. I've been feeling nauseous all day. Do you have anything for that? Yes, this, the Healy Boy 9001. However, it's extremely special, so I'm gonna need more money from you. And we'll send it back to see if we can get a little bit more. Okay, so once you get to the top, it stops the deal. Interesting. And it looks like we're gonna have a couple more folks that just need the same potion. So let's just use the recipe book for now. Brew a potion from the recipe book, another little bit of experience. It's probably enough if we just sell it. Oh, we need 1 experience. 11 experience. What do you need? All my firewood is damp. Oh, see, we don't have this one. This is the fire potion probably, and only the strongest potion will work. Okay, now if they haven't changed it, I do remember where that was. I think it was like over here. Just grind this out. I think it was 2 fire bells, and it would make it all the way to the fire potion. Kind of makes sense, right? You go to the left with more fire, and you get more fire. Let's just see what's over here. We get a little bit of experience, so this book right here is going to push us over if I actually put the ingredient in. There we go, that's level 10, so we can finish up this guy. Oh, and there's more! Oh, we can get even more herbs, okay. And hopefully it's over here. There it is. Okay, so we don't have enough distance yet. But we can probably do something like this, and then the wind bloom kind of curves to the right. So if we do need to go higher, we'd want to go a little bit over, like that. Throw that in, and then I think I do want to try for that level 3, so let's just... we'll see what's up there, and anything left over, we can pull the water back to the middle, and then finish the movement with whatever we have left. So let's do that. And we're going to go for a level 3. Looks like we're not going to get it without that 3rd ingredient. And I pulled it down just a little bit, so we got to fully do the path, bring it up. You can see this dotted line gives us the direction we need to go. So I'm aiming this really, really thin line up. The arrow kind of gives me a better indication of where we are, and it should kind of just line things up. A little bit to the north, there we are. And that's our level 3 fire bloom. Took a lot of resources, so maybe we'll have to figure out something a little more cost effective. But for now, let's save the recipe. And then what we can do is pull this back, because I want all that experience right there. That's free. That's free stuff, right? I want that. That's mine. And then I think if we aim it here, we can do a little bit of water to get back and then push it further. There we go. That's a good potion right there. So let's finish this. And we've got a fire potion, level 3. This should be more than enough for the lady. 40 gold. Okay. Let's take the money, right? It's 40 with a little bit of extra money on top. That's yeah, 48. So 20% more. That's really good. Ooh, and it's our favorite shopkeeper, except for that one that we don't talk about yet.
Are you the new alchemist? I'm the local herbalist. I gather plants and sell them. Want to see what I have for sale?
I think I have something that might interest you. This is the herbalist. She only sells herbs. There are other shopkeepers that do other stuff, and it looks like they cap their gold. We did abuse that in the past, I think, so it's probably for the best. Now, the normal prices are pretty expensive. We don't have any perk points into shopkeeps. I bet you there's like a haggle or reduced cost. But the wind bloom is on sale, so we can grab some of that. And you can haggle the shopkeeps as well. So what can we get? 194. We'll need to do some haggling. You have enough money to if you haggle well on very easy difficulty. And as you get more, looks like we need easy difficulty, and then we can even push it further. What are we missing? We don't have any of this. Life leaf. And then this is now medium difficulty. And I think this is now just impossible. So let's do... Can we do like this? Wow, that life leaf is expensive. Let's do this, and then we just have to do medium difficulty. Oh, and we don't have access to the top ones. That's why we couldn't do it. So now it's much, much thinner. And we just have to hit all of them. We'll go back. There we go, maximum. We saved so much money, we have $2 left. There we go. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for refilling our shop. And we should probably empty this garden out now. We get all of our stuff. Looks like that one's not ready yet, and we can water it all back up. Now, in the previous version of this game, it was more of just a random chance. So I kind of like this new idea that they've got. We can make it grow speed increase. Let's go with that. And that should be good. Now, the other thing I'd want to do is kind of look around a bit. You can see that there's these other lines here. So we've got one line going this way and one line going down. And then another one going this way and another one going this way and a very thin one going that way. So I think we should check to the east. See if there's anything over there. I bet you the answer is yes. Assuming they haven't moved the early game stuff anywhere. I believe it was just 2 of these. Maybe 3. And you know what? I might have actually wanted to grind that just a little bit less, if I remember. Or maybe they moved it. I don't know. Oh, yep, there it is. So 2 water balloons will get you whatever this is. Stay tuned. But if we grind it just a little bit more, if we just do the full grind actually, we can get into it much better. In fact, I think we can get the level 3, yeah, without any thinking, which is great because I don't like thinking sometimes. That is our Potion of Frost. Now it's not the greatest. It uses 3 resources, so if we can find a way to do it with less resources, that's always better. But there, now we've got the Frost Potion, and we can probably try and find that last one, right? What was it? Potion of Poison. Oh, we already knew that. Okay, we can do that one. That was one of these. Fire Bell. And then... Oh. Good to know. You can get rid of the ground resources. That's good. And then if we go this way, actually, this is better than what I did the first time because we can get that book. Now, do we want a better Potion of Poison, or do we just want to go with this? Maybe, for now, let's just do this, because we don't have a lot of resources. We'll just finish this potion. If we need a new one, we can always craft another one. And that gets us through the first chapter already. We just have to start a new day. So let's see what the customers need. Maybe we can just get through this real fast. I'm running out of time, actually, so let's finish this off. Looks like they can't taste a thing, and they need to have a quality potion. My tongue is useless. Healing tincture. Ah, yes, excellent. Now, I bet you could use something like a frost potion on this. In fact, we have one. Nope, no, he does not like that. So let's not do that again. We'll just do the healing potion. Brew 1 or 2 of these. Here's the Healy Boy 9001. We'll just sell it to you because we want that extra reputation. Potion for the rats. There you are. Just a weak little potion. There's a new shop popularity, so people say you sell potions. Now this gives us a couple bonuses. We'll get 5 to 7 customers a day, increase in our prices for the potions, and then discounts when we do discounts or markups and all that kind of stuff. Neighbor's dog keeps doing things for their business. I'm so sick of it, I want to poison. So this is one of our not so good people. It'll bring our reputation down if we serve this customer. But we also lose popularity if we say no. So is it better to have a high popularity and please everyone, or do we want to be a good shop? I don't know yet. At least for now, let's say no. It keeps us in that popularity 3, but our reputation doesn't go down. And that's the day. Looks like everything is done. We still have this interesting basement to talk about in the future. But for now, let's leave it there. Day 2 is over. And thank you for coming along for another episode of Potioncraft, Series 2. We'll get back to this next time, and maybe see what Chapter 2 of The Alchemist's Path holds for us. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.